I'm Tori James, and welcome to episode 1 of Food Plus Body, where we explore how your body works from a nutrition perspective. Today, we'll learn how your body transforms carbohydrates from food into energy, or glucose. This will be a good introduction to carbohydrates. In future episodes, we'll delve into things like what happens if I eat too many carbohydrates, or what is insulin resistance. For now, let's take a look at the basics. What are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are a nutrient group that includes sugars, starches, and fiber. They are found in grains, legumes, fruits, vegetables, and milk. Molecularly speaking, they are made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. In their simplest form, these elements are arranged into single sugar units, forming monosaccharides. Mono means one, and saccharide means sugar. These are the building blocks for all the other types of carbohydrates. When two of these building blocks join together, they form disaccharides. Di means two. Monosaccharides and disaccharides are considered simple carbohydrates. Fructose is found in fruit, honey, and some vegetables. Galactose is found in milk as part of the lactose molecule. Lactose is found in milk and milk products. Sucrose is found in sweeteners like cane sugar, coconut sugar, and maple syrup, as well as in fruits and vegetables. Maltose is found in malted things like malted milkshakes. Trehalose is found in mushrooms, honey, and foods made with yeast. When multiple building blocks join together, they form oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. These are considered complex carbohydrates. Raffinose, stachyose, and verbiscose are found in beans, peas, bran, and whole grains. Amylose and amylopectin, more commonly known as starch, are found in grains, beans, peas, and potatoes. Fiber is also a complex carbohydrate, but it isn't digested. We'll talk more about it in another episode. All of these carbohydrate types can be used for energy. How does your body turn these into energy? Before these can be turned into energy, they first have to be broken down into monosaccharides, their building block form. To break these apart, your body releases enzymes. These enzymes are like samurais, chopping apart the molecules into smaller forms. This process begins in the mouth. This piece of bread, for example, contains starch molecules. These molecules are broken down further when your salivary glands release salivary amylase, an enzyme trained to break starch bonds. Swallowing moves the food down the esophagus and into the stomach. The acid in the stomach inactivates salivary amylase, so starch digestion stops for the moment. From the stomach, food moves into the small intestine. Here, starch digestion resumes when the pancreas releases pancreatic alpha amylase, another samurai trained to break starch bonds. Further digestion continues here. The wall of your small intestine is made up of finger-like projections called villi. These villi are covered with absorptive cells called enterocytes, which are covered in smaller finger-like projections called microvilli. The enzymes that break down the remainder of the carbohydrate molecules are found here. Isomaltase breaks down what's left of the starch molecules into glucose. The lactase enzyme breaks apart lactose from milk into glucose and galactose. The sucrase enzyme breaks apart sucrose from cane sugar, etc., into glucose and fructose. The maltase enzyme breaks apart maltose from malted beverages into two glucose molecules. Trehalase breaks apart trehalose from mushrooms, honey, and foods with yeast into two glucose molecules. Certain oligosaccharides from beans, whole grains, peas, and bran can't be broken down by these enzymes, so they travel to the large intestine where bacteria digest them. As the bacteria digest them, they produce gas. This is what causes the gas or bloating associated with eating beans. Back to the small intestine. Now that everything has been broken down into the building blocks, these monosaccharides can be absorbed into the enterocyte via special transporters. They travel through the cell to other transporters that will move them into the bloodstream. Once in the bloodstream, they are shuttled directly to the liver. The galactose and fructose molecules are dropped off in the liver. Some of the glucose is dropped off, and the rest travels through the body where it is taken up by cells and used for energy or stored to use later. And that's how carbohydrates are turned into energy.